towards the end of football season, there was big news around Auburn, and head coach Gus Malzahn was fired. What were your kind of initial thoughts when that firing happened?
Nothing kind of surprised me. When you're in the SEC, everything is always measured at high standards. Auburn has high standards, and they expect to compete each year in and out, year in and year out, to try to go to the SEC West and compete in the SEC championship game. That's your first goal, and then after that is to get to the playoffs. And last year was tough. I was kind of shocked a little bit that they had let Gus go. After a COVID year, and with so much time still remaining on his contract. But still, at the same time, though, it didn't shock me because you can kind of hear the noise from a year before and everything. And so I think it kind of worked out for him still at the end of the day. And no coach wants to be fired. Every coach wants that opportunity to finish. But, in his case, he got off a few months and then ended up getting a great job at Central Florida. And then, we end up getting a guy like Bryan Harsin. We bring him in and, he kind of fits that old school Auburn way. That tough mentality where we're going to run the football, play great defense. And, during the Gus era, it's a fast-paced offense, what I call NASCAR offense, where everything's coming at you so fast. But I think you're going to see a different style offense with Coach Harsin this year. It's going to look more of the old school type of way of how Auburn used to play football and, play action pass and, getting after the quarterback and, and being strong and physical. So, we'll see how everything transpires and everything. But I think, so far, I'm hearing all the right things and seeing all the right things. So we'll see what transpires as he continues to move forward.
Yeah, I really liked that Bryan, Harsin signing coming from Boise State. When there was like coaching searches and everything like that, was he the guy you were kind of hoping Auburn would get, or was there anybody in particular you were kind of wanting them to get as their next head coach?
Well, once once they let Gus go, it kind of opened the floodgates up because the one thing is, it happened a little later than normal. And, once Gus was fired, after the season and everything, I think Auburn, they did the right thing by taking their time and finding their next coach. They didn't just rush right into a decision and try to make a decision within a week or two. And so it goes to show you that they didn't really have anyone lined up at the time because I think they was really trying to see what was going to happen with Auburn towards the end of the year. And once they kind of feel like, okay, things wasn't up to what they wanted. And I think that's when they started to say, we want to go elsewhere. And, to make that move, I think they took their time and everything. And I think, Alan Green being a director, I think, they got in the room and they sat down, they interviewed a lot of guys. And I think Bryan was the guy that fit what they wanted to do. And anytime you have an athletic director that comes in, this is his first big hire. Bruce Pearl was already here. Gus was already here. So this is his first big hire. And then he hired a new women's basketball coach. So, this is comes with the territory, man. I just think to get Bryan Harsin away from Boise State, where he played college ball at, where he's coached at for many years, and then to pull him away from that area to Auburn, I thought was a big get because there's not many really solid coaches out there at that level. And Bryan is one of those young, solid coaches.